Have you ever started your morning with something you truly believe was healthy, only to wonder, even for a second, what it might be doing to your body behind the scenes? Because here's the part most people in America are never told, especially after the age of 60. Some of the cleanest, most trusted breakfast habits can quietly place a dangerous strain on your kidneys, and you won't feel it until the damage is already underway. I'm Dr. Vincent Hale, and I've seen too many patients walk into my office convinced they were doing everything right, only to discover that one small daily habit was slowly pushing their kidney function past a critical point. What makes this even more alarming is that kidney decline doesn't come with loud warning signs. It builds silently, day after day, hidden behind routines that feel completely normal. But here's the good news. Once you understand what's really happening inside your body, you can make a few simple changes that may dramatically reduce that hidden stress and help protect your kidneys starting as early as tomorrow morning. Let's start with the first mistake, because this is the one that shocks most people the moment they realize it. Combining eggs and milk in the same breakfast may seem like the perfect, high-protein start to your day. It's clean, it's simple, and for years it's been promoted as a healthy choice. But what most people don't realize is that this combination quietly creates a mineral overload your kidneys may not be able to handle, especially as you get older. I once had a patient, a 72-year-old man, who never skipped his morning routine: two boiled eggs and a glass of milk. He believed he was doing everything right, but over time, he began noticing subtle changes: slight swelling in his legs, more frequent nighttime urination, and a constant sense of fatigue he couldn't explain. When we ran his labs, his kidney function had declined faster than expected for his age. Here's the science behind it. One egg contains roughly 90 to 100 milligrams of phosphorus, and a single glass of milk can contain over 200 milligrams. When consumed together, this creates a phosphorus load that aging kidneys struggle to filter efficiently. According to clinical data, excess phosphorus in the blood can trigger calcium imbalance, pulling calcium from your bones and depositing it into blood vessels, including those tiny, delicate vessels in your kidneys. Over time, this can lead to vascular stiffness and reduced filtration capacity. And the most dangerous part? You won't feel it happening. It builds slowly, silently, over months or even years. But just knowing this isn't enough, because there's another habit, far more common and potentially even more damaging, that millions of people repeat every single morning without thinking. And if that first habit surprised you, this next one is even more dangerous, because it hides in something that feels completely harmless. Adding salt, soy sauce, or fish sauce to your eggs might seem like a small detail, just a way to make your breakfast more enjoyable. But this is where the real strain on your kidneys begins. Because when high sodium meets high protein, your kidneys are forced into what doctors call a double workload state. I remember a woman in her late 60s who ate very clean: no sugar, no fried food, no processed snacks. But every morning she would sprinkle salt over her eggs or dip them into soy sauce. She thought she was making a healthy choice. Yet over time, she started experiencing swelling in her ankles and waking up multiple times at night to urinate. Her blood pressure crept up, and her kidney markers told the rest of the story. Here's what's happening inside the body. Protein from eggs breaks down into nitrogen waste that your kidneys must filter. At the same time, excess sodium increases fluid retention and raises pressure inside the tiny filtering units of the kidneys. Studies have shown that consistently high sodium intake can accelerate kidney damage and reduce function over time. It's like forcing an old water filter to run at maximum pressure day after day without rest. And the scariest part? This isn't a one-time mistake. It's a daily habit that compounds quietly until your body can't compensate anymore. But just knowing this still isn't enough, because there's another habit, one that feels relaxing, even beneficial, that could be silently making everything worse. And this is where things become even more subtle. because the next habit doesn't feel harmful at all. In fact, most people believe it's helping their body. Drinking tea right after a meal, especially after eating eggs, is often seen as a calming, even detoxifying routine. It feels light, refreshing, almost like you're doing something good for your digestion. But beneath that comfort, a very different process is happening. I once spoke with a retired teacher who never missed her morning tea. Every day, right after breakfast, she would sip a strong cup of tea, believing it helped her stay alert and healthy. But over time, she began to feel bloated, low on energy, and noticed her digestion wasn't as smooth as it used to be. When we looked deeper, the issue wasn't the tea itself, it was the timing. Here's the science. Tea, especially strong tea, contains compounds called tannins. When consumed immediately after a protein-rich meal like eggs, tannins bind with proteins and form complexes that are harder for your body to break down and absorb. This slows digestion, reduces nutrient uptake, and increases the amount of partially processed waste in your system. And when that waste builds up, your kidneys have to work harder to filter it out. A small shift, waiting just 1 to 2 hours before drinking tea, can make a measurable difference in how your body handles that meal. But just knowing this still isn't enough, because there's an even deeper factor, one most people completely overlook, that ultimately determines whether your kidneys stay strong or slowly begin to fail. If you've stayed with me until this point, it tells me something important. You care about your health, and more importantly, you're willing to make small changes to protect it. And that's exactly where real improvement begins. Not with extreme diets or complicated routines, but with simple, consistent choices every single day. You don't need to fear food, you just need to understand it. Adjust the way you combine your meals. Reduce excess salt. Give your body time to digest, and your kidneys will have a chance to do what they were designed to do. Work quietly, efficiently, and for many more years. If this video helped you see something you hadn't noticed before, take a second to save it. You never know when you, or someone you care about, might need to come back and watch it again. And if you want more clear, practical medical insights like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. I'll continue sharing what truly matters in a way that's easy to understand and apply in real life. Because the truth is, your kidneys don't ask for much, just a little awareness, a little care, and a few better decisions each morning. And when you give them that, your body has an incredible ability to restore balance and stay strong. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.